Eukaryotic cells contain a nucleus and several other types of organelles. These structures are involved in many vital cell functions. The nucleus is the largest organelle in a eukaryotic cell and is often considered to be the cell's control center. This is because the nucleus controls which proteins the cell makes. The nucleus of a eukaryotic cell contains most of the cell's DNA, which makes up chromosomes and is encoded with genetic instructions for making proteins. The nucleus does not contain all of the cell's DNA. There are other structures like mitochondria or chloroplasts that also contain DNA. Mitochondrion, or plural, mitochondria, is an organelle that transforms energy in the cell. This is why mitochondria are sometimes referred to as the power plants of the cell. They use energy from organic compounds such as glucose to make or transform that energy into molecules of ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. ATP is an energy-carrying molecule that is used almost exclusively inside cells for energy. ATP is the only molecule cells can use for energy. So ATP is to the cell as gasoline is to a car. If you want your car to run, you have to put gasoline in it. If you put water in the tank, it won't work. If you put oil in the tank, it won't work. But if you put gasoline in your car's tank, the engine will run and do work. So, in the same way, a cell must have the ATP molecule to do work. In the mitochondria, they create ATP by harvesting or transforming energy from other types of molecules, like sugars or fats. Scientists think that mitochondria were once free-living organisms because they contain their own DNA. They theorize that ancient prokaryotes infected or were engulfed by larger prokaryotic cells. And the two organisms evolved a symbiotic relationship that benefited both of them. The larger cells provided the smaller prokaryotes with a place to live, safe from being eaten by other large prokaryotes, and in return, the larger cells got extra energy from the smaller prokaryotes. Eventually, the prokaryotes became permanent guests of the larger cells as organelles inside of them. This theory is called the endosymbiotic theory and is widely accepted by biologists today. Essentially, the endosymbiotic theory explains how we evolved from prokaryotic cells to eukaryotic cells. The endoplasmic reticulum is an organelle that helps make and transport proteins and lipids. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. You have the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Both types are shown in this figure. The rough endoplasmic reticulum looks rough because it is studded or embedded with ribosomes. It provides a framework for the ribosomes. Now, ribosomes make proteins, and bits of the endoplasmic reticulum membrane then pinch off to form tiny sacs where they contain those proteins, newly made proteins, and we call these tiny sacs vesicles. And these vesicles carry the proteins away from the endoplasmic reticulum to the Golgi apparatus. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum looks smooth because it does not have ribosomes on it. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum makes lipids and stores substances, as well as a few other roles. Ribosomes are small organelles where proteins are made. They contain the nucleic acid RNA, which assembles and joins amino acids to make proteins. Ribosomes can be found alone or in groups within the cytoplasm, as well as on the rough endoplasmic reticulum. The Golgi apparatus is a large organelle that processes proteins and prepares them for use both inside and outside the cell. Shown in the figure, the Golgi apparatus is somewhat like a post office. It receives items, vesicles filled with proteins from the endoplasmic reticulum. It packages and labels them and then sends them to their destination, to different parts of the cell, or to the cell membrane for transport outside of the cell. Now remember, it's the cytoskeleton that provides that subway system on which these vesicles travel. The Golgi apparatus is also involved in the transport of lipids around the cell. This drawing includes the nucleus, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and the Golgi apparatus. Take a moment to identify each of these and notice how close the endoplasmic reticulum is to the nucleus, and then just outside the endoplasmic reticulum you find the Golgi apparatus. Both vesicles and vacuoles are sac-like organelles that store and transport materials in the cell. Vesicles are much smaller than vacuoles and have a variety of functions. The vesicles that pinch off from the membranes of the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus store and transport proteins and lipid molecules. Some vesicles are used as chambers for biochemical reactions. Other vesicles include lysosomes, which use enzymes to break down foreign matter in dead cells. The lysosomes are kind of like the stomach of the cell. It's a vesicle filled with digestive enzymes. And then you have peroxisomes, which use oxygen to break down poisons. Centrioles are organelles involved in cell division. They help organize the chromosomes before cell division so that each daughter cell has the correct number of chromosomes after the cell divides. Centrioles are found only in animal cells and are located near the nucleus.